It's got 32,000 miles on it. This one has 168,000 miles on it. So that's kind of my comparison of how much different does it really feel. And wow, 130,000. Oh, not that one. No, it's not a Land Rover. You see the keys that I've got with me. It's something from a German variety and kind of looks like that. So this is the forbidden fruit, guys. This is a 2006 Porsche 997.1 3.6 base with some interesting mods. And we purchased it sight unseen at a Carvana wholesale auction out of Georgia. So let's check it out. Was this car worth the money? Did we get a good deal, or did the new owner get a good deal, all things considered? Now, this car does have one kicker though. It's not a low mileage car. This is a 168,000 mile 997. 3-owner. And the backstory is we did a little bit of research from the Carfax one and found out the car had a lot of recent work done to it. Allegedly. We'll find that out once we get on the lift. Suspension upgrades, refresh, had a clutch 40,000 miles ago, and a bunch of like little things that really kind of indicated this car hopefully was taken care of by someone who knew and appreciated how to do that for these type of cars. Because this is one way of buying it. The other way of buying it is doing it like the unfortunate 06 997.1 3.8 manual cab that was bought from a buy here, pay here in Leesburg, Virginia, with 70,000 miles. Came in to get the IMS potentially looked at. It's a dual row, so to add the IMS upgrade kit, you need to pull that engine, crack that block, and it's really not worth it. But like all 3.8 S 997s in both variants, it has bore scoring. So that was a roll of the dice. We didn't purchase that one, but he kind of did that one on his own accord. That, you know, what are you gonna do? So he's just gonna have to kind of drive it as is. And forgive me, I misspoke. This is an 08. Base model 3.6. So I'm here with Max. We're gonna go check it out. Listed as a 3.8 score for condition report. It lost a lot of points for having the area in the front for a front plate. It does have these wheels on it. I think you could see these on a GTS or a 4S. I can't remember. They got a couple little scuffs and whatnot. They're not horrible. Looking for a date code or something, but they're my Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. Date code's 18. So, okay, it's not horrible, but not, amazing. They have good tread. They're not dry rotted or anything like that. So, you could probably run those for a little bit. It's about the same year as I have on my car. What do you think, Max? Do you like the white Porsche? You like the Mercedes? Yeah. All right, so going to the back end. Here's what I want to look at. I'm looking at these tailpipes, though. From like a motor mount and alignment standpoint, there's not like one's that much darker than the other. So hopefully we're not burning too much oil. The paint's a little bit dirty from transportation and everything like that. But overall, it looks pretty good as far as how it was described in the pictures. I'm not seeing anything crazy on the exterior. Yeah, just a lot of kind of dirt and grime from, your kind of transportation sessions. Brakes, yeah, it's good thick brake pads. No major wear on the rotors, so don't see any major boxes there that are going to require. A little scuff right back there. That looks like it could be buffed. No upgrades or anything crazy underneath. It all looks good and honest. Kind of exactly how you'd want to see it. So far it has been as advertised. Headlight lenses are clean. I don't see any damage or major damage to the cladding underneath the car from just kind of poking around, a couple scratches and dings and whatnot. But hey, so far so good. All right, so let's jump into the car. Now, other things we liked about this thing. Look, it's got sport seats with hardbacks. It's got the color matched cladding and whatnot, carbon fiber shifter. What else? 168,000 miles. Mike said it smelled a little funky in here, but I think it's just kind of normal Porsche leather smell, honestly. It just needs to be detailed and cleaned. I mean, it's pretty fine for 100 and, what did I say, 68,000 miles. These manual buckets are pretty neat. But yeah, it feels and looks just like the interior of my car. I'm impressed. Oh, there's your tire lug remover. I got some more carbon here as well. I got the original books. All that's nice and good to go. So nice and clean in here. Let's fire it up and see what she sounds like. Yeah. Sounds nice and quiet. Has a little 911 3.6 burble. Always little bits of vibrations and, you know, pittering on startup, but no black smoke or anything to indicate there's any engine issues. All right, maybe some potentially aftermarket engine mounts. All looks clean and original back here, so nothing to report. It's not all shined up or anything like that. It's just honest looking. Should get some mats though. I think that's one of the first things I would do. A good higher spec, even though it's a base model, it does have all the correct options and whatnot. And those have interesting cars in a, I don't know, I think white's a good color. I just don't come up a lot. So if this is what you want and it does check out mechanically, then this is gonna be great. Here's some other little Easter eggs, right? Surtec liquid moly oil change sticker done a few months ago at 166,000 miles. It's got 168,000 miles on it. So, man, you know, this is really checking all those enthusiast boxes that would initially, you know, make you weary. I'm feeling much better about this whole process in general. And this kind of color match stuff, yeah, it's a little bit corny, right? But it's better than the kind of sticky plastic that you would get otherwise. So I'm gonna say that I'm a fan. Chrono, sport, you know, this is a good spec car. So drop in the comments, let me know what you think about the sight unseen auto auction 997 Porsche purchase, right? I mean, you can't judge a car by its cover, but you have to. And it had all the little signs to let us know this car would have been slightly solid. Could you have got a cheaper one for less money? Yes, you could probably got one for 25 to 30 grand that would instantly need 10 grand. But like I said, with the amount of online research we're able to do and sleuthing via the pictures and whatnot, I think the determination that this was going to be a solid car was fairly correct. So we'll know in a little bit when we get it up in the air and check it out. But I've got a good feeling this might be a winner for a fun car to just put miles on and drive and enjoy, which is why we're here and it's why we do this. All right, let's we'll focus. All right, let's see how this thing drives. We are fresh off the boat. It's weird driving another 997 just like mine. Usually they're not base models. Listen for any weird noises. Short gentleman owned this car previous. There's a car in front of me with two blown out tires, so we're gonna avoid him. He's going 5 miles an hour. There's rubber slinging about, so just like mine, have to go all the way down to get into first. The clutch feels good. Maybe a little noise in the front end. Like mine, they don't like to go into first. And second gear is really notchy, so that makes me feel better about my car. But yeah, you got the sport wheel, feels nice. These seats feel nice, good extra bolster. I don't feel a whole lot of improvement over what I have, but not that that's a good comparison. But my car's got 32,000 miles on it. This one has 168,000 miles on it, so that's kind of my comparison of how much different does it really feel. And wow, 130,000 made that much difference in the around the town performance in this car. I will admit that the performance wheel is an upgrade. I'm making a list of things that I might have to spend a little bit of quiche on one day, but I don't drive it enough to need all that. But so far the brakes are good. The engine's obviously holding temp. It's not a Land Rover. The clutch and brakes and all that feel decent. Give it a little bit of gas now it's warmed up. No big clouds of black smoke behind me. Drives nice and straight. Yeah, it's a real car. That's the bar that I like to use. There's auction car, there's fine car, and then there's real car. And this feels 100% like a real car. If you didn't know what the mileage was, you would have never guessed. Yeah, I feel confident driving this thing around. Some other small differences, it definitely rides a little rougher than my car, and I don't even have it in sport mode. So it might be on some coilovers or something. It rides, it rides rough, not in a bad way, but just not in a stock way. So something I'll have the techs look at when we put up our lift. You guys look good in there. So I'm actually going to provide some closure with, I guess, the wrapping up of this video of the high mileage, sight unseen, auction purchased, 2-owner 997.1 that you guys just saw. And we had it on the lift. We checked it all out, and the car actually checked out from a mechanical standpoint. It needed like a couple tie rod ends. And the steering rack, there's a little bit of a moan or a grind. It wasn't too bad, but I think the steering rack had just been replaced and someone just hadn't tightened a couple of the bolts up. So that was I think it's going to be a quick fix. But other than that, the brakes are solid. They look like they've been replaced recently, confirmed what we suspected from the Carfax. The suspension is in great condition. Looks like that's been replaced with some built-in coilovers. The tires, even though they're a little bit older, they're still in fine condition for what the owner's going to use it for. The car needs a good detail and some kind of minor cosmetic things, but other than that, it's pretty solid. It looks great, it drives great, and if you want something interesting, I think it worked out for a complete roll of the dice. Do a little bit of Rover Porsche roulette. So he's going to take that after we get parts of the next week and start driving around and enjoying it. So can you buy a cheap Porsche at auction? We're kind of 2 for 2 success stories, 2 911s, non-air cooled, water cooled 911s purchased at an auction. And they've both been okay. So I'm not saying that's going to be the conclusion for every time this gets done. But so far, so good. It's not the end of the world. It's one thing if you stay away from certain models, and I'm going to say anything that starts or ends with an S, the Porsche Square models. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram. Follow the roulette auction update channel. Check out the podcast. The link is now for Spotify on here as well. Also watch it if you want to watch the live version on YouTube. Check that out as well. So catch you the next one.